Hello friends, welcome back. So far we have been able to handle a user's choice and a computer choice so that we can use both together. So in this video, we are going to do a couple of different things to complete this application. So step 1, we are going to handle wins and loses. Okay. Step 2, we are going to determine the winner based on choices. And step 3, we can reset the game if the user want to play it again. So let's start with step 1, handle wins and loses. Okay, so for that we need to add two more state variables here. So I'll do const, and here I can say wins and set wins equals to use state, and initially the value will be 0, and the second variable is const loses set loses equals to use state, and initially the value will be 0. Let me save this file. Now let's scroll down. So here we have a placeholder 0 for wins and we have a placeholder 0 for loses. So we want this to be actual number that we have in state. So let's remove this 0, and inside the curly braces here I'll say wins. Okay, and here also I'll remove the 0 and here I'll say loses. Okay, this is coming from the state which is here. So here, if there is one win, then we need to show one win. So, and if there is one loss, then we can say one loss. Okay. So let's say if we have 10 wins, so we can say 10 wins, and here also we can say 10 losses. Okay. So we need to add a condition here. So let me remove this, and inside the curly braces, I'll say wins that is equal to 1 if wins is equal to 1. So I'll be using a ternary operator. So if this condition is true, then we can say win. Okay, or else if the condition is false, then we will say wins. Okay, and same goes for losses. So let me copy this and I'll just replace this with this, and here I'll say losses if that is equal to 1, so we can say loss. Okay, one loss, and if there is more than one loss, then we can say losses. Okay, here we can keep this capital. So let me save this, and now to check this, we can go to the browser. So let me make this side by side. Okay, let me refresh this. So let's go up and we can change. There is no win or losses, so it will show 0 because initially we have a value which is 0. But let's say if I do 1 and if I save this, so as you can see we have one win. Okay, and same goes for losses. If I add 1 here, so it says one loss. And if let's say if I have 10 wins and if I save this, so here it says 10 wins. Okay, so S has been added here, and the same goes for losses. So if I do 10, so here it says 10 losses. Okay, so this text has changed according to the winning number. So let me go back to 0. Let me save this. So now we have 0 wins and 0 losses. So this is working fine. So what is the next step? So next step is to determine who is the winner based on the choices. Okay, so inside the handle function, so here handle user choice function, we will add a comment here. So let me add a comment, determine the winner. So to work on this, I'll add one more state. So here I will add, or maybe we can add it here. So const, and that is going to be game state, and set game state equals to use state, and initially it will be null. Let me save this file. So I want to save this if we have a win, loss, or draw. Okay, and here after this comment, here we can say set game state, and inside this we can pass win. Okay, right now we can just say win. Okay, let me save this. Now let's scroll down and I'll just uncomment this HTML. Okay, let me just uncomment it, and if I save this, now as you can see we have this overlay. So this is coming from this CSS class, and inside this div I'll add one more div, and I'll say class name that is equal to game state content. Okay, so this class has already been created, and inside this div I'll take a p tag, and here I'll say you won. Okay, let me save this. So here, as you can see, we are having this text, and we need two more p tags which says user icon. We need to show the user icons, and we need to show the computer icon. Okay, so here it will be computer icons. Okay, so let's save this file. So now, as you can see, we have a user icon, you won, and computer icon. So what the user has select, it will show here. What the computer has select, it will show here. And here there will be a text that you have won a match or draw or loss. Okay, so it will show here. So here we need to add a condition. Let's say if I add a class win, and if I save this, so as you can see, we are getting a box. Okay, CSS box. So if there is a win, we will show this box, and if there is a loss, then we can show losses, I think so. Okay, let me check the CSS class for this. So app.css. It is LOSE, loss. Okay, so I was adding a different class name. So this is loss. Okay, then we have a draw. Let's say if I have a draw, then we can show this box. Okay, black box. So this should be coming with a condition. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, here I'll just cut this game state, and instead of this single quotes, I'll take backtick keys. Okay, and inside this backtick keys, here I'll say game state, which I have copied, dollar sign and curly braces. I'll pass the state, so game state. Okay, so whenever there is a win, it will show here. If there is a lose, it will show here. So game state. Okay, this should be inside a curly braces. So let's add a curly braces. Let me save this. And now we will add a condition here. Okay, so initially we don't want to show all this. If there is a game state only, then we will show this user icon and the computer icon. So here I will add a condition. So let's take a curly braces, and here I'll say game state. If we have a game state, if this is true, so we need to add a double end. So if this is true, only then show this div. So let me close this. Let me save this. So now that div has disappeared because we don't have any game state. The game state is initially null. Okay. So this is done. Now let's add the user icon and the computer icon. So here it is, user icon and computer icon. So let's add that. So as you can see, we have this components. So let's change this to component, okay, and not components. Let me save this. So as you can see, we have this component icon here. So this is inside an object. So how do we grab that? So let's see how can we achieve this. So we need to create a custom function for that. So let's do function, and I'll say render component, and inside I'll pass an argument choice, and inside this function I'll take a const component that is equal to choice dot component. Okay, so here it is. Okay, choices it is. So choices dot component, and then we can return a component. Okay, so let me save this, and let's copy this render component, and inside the p tag, okay, let's come here, and inside this p tag we need to take curly braces, and I'll just paste the render component, and here I'll pass user choice. Okay, and same thing goes for computer icon. So let's paste it here, and here I'll say computer choice. Okay, let me save this. If I click here, okay, nothing happens. Okay, so here uh in the function, let's let's go up, and here we have passed this choice here. So let me copy this, and this should be choice and not choices. Okay, let me save this, and let's refresh it. So now if I select any of this, so as you can see, this is the user icon and this is the computer icon, but we are showing this text which is you won. Okay, so it should be a draw because both the icons are same. It is rock. Okay, and let me refresh it again, and if I select, let's say, paper, so now both are different. So it is paper and this is scissors, so the computer should win. Okay, but it is showing you won because here, if I scroll down here, as you can see, this is hard coded you won. So this should be changed according to the win and lose. So that we will do in the next video. Okay, so if you are like finding it difficult to understand, just go through the video again, just go through the lecture again and practice it, so you will understand much better. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.